It's a tough question, honestly. Like, I would say there is no Tron movie without Kevin Flynn.
Right.
What are you?
There is a shot of a motorcycle sliding that I have to assume is an Akira nod.
Yep.
Tell me about that movie and its influence on that sequence in particular.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, growing up being an 80s kid and like all of that and the anime and obviously when Tron came out early 80s, maybe I was a little bit too young or something like that. I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
You know, like I know Jared has like this, you know, 10-minute amazing inspirational talk about it for what it meant for him, but it didn't for me. For me, that came later with that film, like a couple of years later. But what I do remember was that I did have a Tron poster on the wall, the original Tron poster. So that was like fun when we did this movie that I was able to recreate that in one of the shots there. And obviously like the anime and Akira and then the Akira slide and all of that. You just have to, you know, you have to do it.
If you're doing motorcycles, you have to figure out a way.
You know, and like the whole light cycle thing is such a big part of the franchise, and like so almost like within 5 minutes of you know, people starting to talk to me about Tron, it was light cycles, you know, and putting that pressure on from the get-go. So it is like it's like holy ground in the Tron universe. It's like getting that right.
So the shot that I have to ask you about is amazing, and it's in all the marketing, and it's the police car being split in half.
Yeah.
I can't, like, not every single detail, but can you just walk me through how you guys pulled that off? Because it looks incredible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the perks, I guess, when you make like a big budget movie, is that you actually get to, you know, you have 4 police cars ready to go to split in half. And, you know, because it was very important for me to really treat the real world as real as we could and to build for real, you know, some of these assets, like the light cycles. We built a couple of them. It's like very expensive stuff, but I think that you can kind of somehow feel it in the film and in that sequence. Also because it's such a big part of the story, you know, because you have the digital assets on the grid, which is kind of virtual and all of that, and almost like an image of what goes on inside the computer.
Right.
And then when they come into the real world, that there needs to be a real contrast with that. And then you add the, you know, 9 Inch Nails on top of that, and you feel it more, you know, it's like a little grittier and more industrial. So all of that was hung together with trying to shoot as much as possible real for real, as we say.
How often did you give Evan the note, go bigger?
I think like, so again, like when you make this kind of villain roles, I guess you can call that for him.
Yeah.
It's like several villains I you know, in this film, but it's a search and trial a little bit, you know, and I almost, especially the first couple of weeks shooting with him, we did like, he was open to trying different, you know, ways of performing and delivering, and I do have some hilarious, like over the top, you know, takes with him. But then we found like a balance, I think, where I start to understand him. You know, he's living in the shadow of his mother and eager to please, and which I think happens around us in society, especially in corporate, you know, where you cheat a little bit and you don't get caught, you know, and then you keep going, and then suddenly it's too late, you know.
All right, I'll get you out of here on this. Was there ever a version of this story if you couldn't get Jeff Bridges? Did you plan accordingly, like, we can still tell this story if we don't have access to Flynn?
I would say that, I mean, it's a tough question, honestly. Like, I would say there is no Tron movie without Kevin Flynn in it in some capacity. I mean, I guess we could have worked around it somehow, but really it was, and also his deal came together very late in the process.
Yeah, I would imagine that you were sweating that out a little bit.
Yeah, so it was there, but then, you know, when he was in, he was all in, and it was such an amazing, you know, thing to be working with this wonderful actor and human being, honestly.
Yeah.
And you know, you turn the camera on him, and we're on the grid.